Good afternoon and welcome to the Augusta Civic Center. This is the Class A State Championship for girls basketball. I am Jeff Christian Murray alongside Rob Munzing and Josh Pulsifer. This is a joint venture of Thornton Academy TV and Central Maine CA TV here from the Augusta Civic Center. We have a great matchup on our hands today as the number 2 Thornton Academy Golden Trojans from Saco take on the number 2 Lawrence High School Bulldogs from Fairfield. Both teams as the number 2 seed. Lawrence comes in at 20-1, Thornton Academy 19-2. Thornton Academy, this is their first ever trip to the Class A Girls State Championship game. For Lawrence High School, it's been quite a while for them as well. The last time they were here in 1994, they had a superstar by the name of Cindy Blodgett, if you can recall. It's 4 straight state championships for the Bulldogs. They have not been here since. Right now, we have a matchup for offense versus defense, really, as Lawrence comes in. They average 65 points a game in the regular season. Thornton Academy, more of a defensive team. Just 30 points per game allowed in the playoffs as they went through, beating Scarborough-Gorham and knocking off the 4-time defending Class A state champions Macaulay in the regional final in Portland. So I'll welcome in Josh Pulsifer. Some thoughts on Thornton Academy. Josh, that other game against Macaulay, they were down at halftime, Thornton Academy was, and really it was the play of inside of Victoria Lux and Abby Strickland. Strickland with 8 points in that fourth quarter that led them to their first ever regional title.
Yes, Jeff, thank you for welcoming me in here. And again, great partnership today. And we're really excited to bring you the state championship game, the first ever for Thornton Academy here. We're going to see how this comes out. But like you said there, Jeff, you know, this inside game of Thornton Academy is really what's going to dictate this entire contest. Thornton Academy only hit what we could count last week, 1 jump shot from outside the paint. Every single one of their points was either from the paint or from the free throw line. That's something that you don't necessarily see in high school sports a lot or any level of basketball. So it's going to be interesting to see how Lux and Abby Strickland really dominate the paint. And today, they could be facing their toughest challenge of the year in the paint in the form of Nia Irving, a junior center from Lawrence, who is averaging on the regular season 22.3 points per game and an astounding 14.3 rebounds per game. And again, TA faced a great center last week in Jess Willerson from Catherine Macaulay. But again, this might be their toughest challenge of the year.
Absolutely, and we're going to welcome in Rob Munzing, talk a little bit about Lawrence. He broadcasted quite a few games here at the Augusta Civic Center during the quarterfinals, and he's seen Lawrence. And Rob, just talk a little bit about this Lawrence Bulldogs team. It's a team that obviously we don't get to see very much in the West, as both these teams have not made it to states in quite a while.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having me on the broadcast today. Great to get back to my TATV roots. And, of course, a lot of the folks up in the Central Maine area know me from my days of coaching football at Gardner Area High School. The Lawrence Bulldogs are a well-coached team. John Donato, a veteran coach here in the state of Maine, brings his kids in. And this was a year that a lot of people were pointing towards as the year that Lawrence would potentially be state champions. Now, they've got one more game to go here, and they have done an excellent job so far. Let me see if you guys have heard a description of a player like this before. Dominant in the paint, great feet inside. If she gets her spot, she's almost unstoppable. And if you foul her, she'll kill you at the free throw line. That sound like somebody you guys know?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, you're looking at a mirror image here in Nia Irving for the Lawrence Bulldogs. Just a junior coming off knee surgery. She's made a tremendously comeback from that knee surgery, ACL tear. But she has got some compliments. Bangor last week in a game that was played here for the championship tried to really pack it in down inside. They did an excellent job against Irving of denying her entry spots. But to do that, you've got to sell out. What do you have to do? You've got to pack down inside. That's exactly what Bangor did. And you know what? They got killed from the outside. Dominique Lewis, Paige Belanger just killed them from the outside. Morgan Boudreau also is a player that factors into that. And Irving's got some help inside. She's got another 6-footer inside here. Abby Wygane also is a dominant inside player. So if you double down, lots of time Irving, like Victoria Lux, is a terrific passer, and she anticipates that weak side person coming over, and she'll zip that ball back to weak side and a lay-in for Abby. So I think it's a mirror image of teams. Now, the one difference I would say, Jeff and Josh, is that Lawrence is used to getting games up into the 50s and 60s. KVAC, very good. You know what? There's not a defensive team like Thornton Academy up here in the KVAC. So what do I think? I think it's like any great championship games. Which team can impart their will on the other team and make it their game?
Absolutely. And these two teams, pretty similar roads here. We're going to go through the scores for Thornton Academy defeating Scarborough in the quarterfinals 43-27. Then in the semis at the Civic Center, 42-32 over the Gorham Rams. And in the regional final, 41-31 over McCauley. That game was very close the whole way except for some free throws at the end. For Lawrence, beating Messalonsky 65-44 in the regional quarterfinals. Then Brunswick 62-52, and then a close game, as you said, against Bangor 46-42. So we talked a lot about the seniors already with Victoria Lux, and we talked about Nia Irving as an underclassman for Thornton Academy. Josh, some underclassmen are going to need to play well, especially number 3 Alex Hart, just a freshman, as well as Ashley Howe, a junior who doesn't score a whole lot, but she's going to be key defensively for the Trojans today.
Absolutely, Jeff. Ashley Howe had a really good regular season for the Trojans. She averaged 11.7 points per game, 4.0 rebounds per game, 2 steals per game. Very well-rounded player. And those are the type of players that we're going to need, for Thornton Academy and for Lawrence. If they want to be a state champion here this afternoon, they're going to need those types of players to step up. We saw last week Abby Strickland really stepped up to the plate. She got, great amount of points, 12 points, led the Trojans in scoring last week. And again, for, TA, we've got, Alex Hart, a freshman, playing in her first ever, obviously, state championship game. How will she react to the packed house here this afternoon? Also for TA, the bench, Coach Marston, as we've mentioned in previous broadcasts, he runs a very, very light bench here. He's probably only going to sub in 2-3 players today at most. And if they're not getting in foul trouble, the starters, we may only see 1 or 2 players off the bench. Very short bench here. And, we'll kind of see how that happens. I think these players are well-conditioned at this point in the season. But, again, it has been a grind. They've been playing since November. How will that affect them here this afternoon? How will the pace of Lawrence scoring? They average 65 points per game in the regular season. How is that going to affect TA's conditioning? We're going to find out here soon.
Yeah, one of the other things, too, guys, and we hope this is the only time that we mention them, the officials. How is this game going to be officiated? I think both teams, because they're physical teams, TA plays an in-your-style face defense. They want a loosely called game. They want to be able to say, hey, listen, you know what? They let the kids play the game. Yep. So that will determine it. If it's a ticky-tacky game, and we've seen that happen at times, guys, and then what do you get? You get the marquee players sitting next to the coach clapping their hands. And that's what – nobody's come to see that here in this game. So I just hope we're in good hands. You get a mixed crew as they came out. The old coach in me, first thing I look for is who comes on the floor to officiate the game. It's the coach in me, and because then I can start to go through and say, okay, here's how we need to play. And you have to coach your kids up against how the game's going to be called. So you have a mixed crew here. You've got some folks. I think you guys recognize one of the officials from Southern Maine. I see Roger Poulin. He's a well-respected official here. Not sure. I haven't seen the face of one of the other guys here. So typically they bring them in from around the state. So let's hope that's the only time we mention this today.
Yeah, let's hope. Yeah. Great crowd filling in here. Lawrence side very full. Thornton Academy, the side that we're on, also very full. And like we said, both these teams are the 2 seed, but most people that with the eye test, Thornton Academy McCauley, they split the regular season series, and that regional final came down to some of the last buckets in Bangor and Lawrence as well. So I don't think anybody thought that the regional final was a state championship game for either team.
No, peas in a pod. Those 2 teams, the 2 teams here had the exact same route to the championship.
And I was talking to Coach Eric Marson earlier this week, asking how do you deal with a team that you've never really played, never seen before. He said the technology nowadays, there's so much film on the team.
Yeah.
It's tough to get a feel for. Good coaches, when you see them in person, definitely helps out a lot. But they were able to see some of their tendencies, and having seen Thornton Academy several times, 3 times in the last 10 days or so, you see some tendencies as well, especially with their inbound plays. They've had some flair on some of their inbound plays. We'll see if that plays a factor today. We just have about 5 minutes to go here before we do the warm-up, the introductions of the national anthem. And Rob, so we talked a little bit about the depth about Thornton Academy too. Lawrence, what happens if they get in some foul trouble? We don't know a whole lot about their depth.
Yeah, they go a little bit deeper. They'll bring some kids off the bench that will give them some quality minutes. But, again, John Donato's old school, he runs a short bench too. And the more, that we look at this game, the more the similarities. I would like to pass on condolences from all of us here. I know as a Central Maine person, the legacy of Dick McGee. Dick passed away just recently the other night, and here we have his school down here, and I know a lot of folks have heavy hearts. There is no greater man in that community than Dick McGee. He's been a father to all up there in the PAL program, getting those things started. Successful coach at all levels that he ever endeavored to. An athletic administrator at Colby College, and just a great man from generations and generations of kids in the PAL League up there in Fairfield area. He's going to be missed, and his legacy and the people that he has mentored and sent out into the community, including as well as his son Mike, who coached a long time here at Lawrence High School, will be missed. So I know we're going on the air up there in Fairfield, and there'll be a ceremony at Colby College at 1 o'clock on Saturday in remembrance of Coach McGee, and I just wanted to pass that along.
Now, we echo that as well from Thornton Academy. We see the Lawrence fan section standing here, a little fight song. Great to see the Lawrence band in the house. We talked before we came on air, Rob and Josh. There's 16 teams left playing this weekend and 8 games, and this one may be, on paper, probably the most intriguing matchup, seeing, with the history of these two teams coming in, one having never been here and one with the history of Cindy Blodgett and her great run in the early 90s for these two teams. And as we see them kind of finishing warming up, I think we're in for a great game. We're going to take a short break here. We're going to be back with the starting lineups and the reserve lineups in the national anthem. You're watching Thornton Academy TV and Central Maine CA TV. Welcome to the 2015 Class A State Championship.
Looking for that new checking, savings, or business account? How about a vehicle loan, recreational loan, or mortgage? Look no further than KSW Federal Credit Union. They can be found online at kswfcu.org, serving Kennebec, Somerset, and Waldo County. Give their 222 College Avenue Waterville location a call at 872-5602. Or how about that 135 Waldo Avenue in Belfast, 338-5160.
And welcome back to the Class A State Championship game. Lawrence against Thornton Academy. This is Jeff Christenberry alongside Rob Munzing and Josh Pulsifer. We're on Thornton Academy TV and Central Maine CA TV. Glad to bring you this great game from a great venue. For us Western A fans, we play 2 of the games in the Cross Insurance Arena, formerly the Cumberland County Civic Center. Great facility, but definitely not the atmosphere that you get here at Augusta. And it's great to be able to bring you this game here today. And we're going to first have the introductions with the reserves of either team.
Number 5,
Paige LeBlanc for Thornton Academy.
Number 11, Lauren Wells.
And Lauren Wells, a senior for TA.
13,
Cassidy Cochran, a junior.
Number 14,
Hayden Campbell.
Number 15, Barrett Campbell.
And her twin, Barrett Campbell.
20,
Maisie Lee, a junior.
21,
Bella Robinson.
And number 22, Kaylee Burns.
Kaylee Burns will see some time today.
For Lawrence, number 3, Elise Guimont.
And is Elise Guimont for Lawrence.
4,
Morgan Boudreau, a sophomore.
10, Cameron Caldwell.
A freshman for Caldwell.
Number 11, Carly
And Larachelle, a junior.
Number 15, Hunter Mercier.
Hunter Mercier, a freshman.
Number 21, Emily Tozier.
Tozier, junior guard.
2, Olivia Patterson.
Is Olivia Patterson, a freshman.
Number 40, Kiana Letourneau.
And Kiana Letourneau, a sophomore guard.
Number 24, Molly Folsom.
And also Molly Folsom, a freshman. And now the starting lineups. Thornton Academy in the away maroon.
A 6'1" senior, number 33.
And there's Victoria Lux, first 3 years. Played at McCullough High School, 3-time state champion.
Number 23, Paige Belanger.
And Paige Belanger, a senior forward, 5'9".
For Thornton Academy, a 5'10" junior, number 24, Ashley Howe.
And there's Ashley Howe. Big defensive effort from her today needed by the Trojans.
33, Nia Irving.
And there's Nia Irving, 6'1" junior.
Center for Thornton Academy, a 5'11" senior, number 20.
You see Nia will play with that knee brace on after the ACL surgery.
Abby Strickland, a senior, had 12 points in the regional final. Just averaged 5 during the regular season.
I think it's going to be interesting, though, of who lines up on who. Is it going to be Strickland guarding Irving, or is it going to be Lux?
or will be some type of a player and a half to 2 players on her.
That's
You
right.
know, when I was reading the pregame, Coach Marston kind of hinted at we got to limit her touches, so that would be kind of along that lines, Jeff.
Yep, Katie McCrum and Jordan Towers, and Alex Hart, the freshman.
That guard belongs to 5'4" junior, number 12.
And the junior guard, number 12, Dominique Lewis.
Thornton Academy is coached
Abby Wallgang's number 30. Mentioned she's written as 33 in the book, so that's why we didn't have her there originally. The 2 starting 5s for the teams. And now we will have the national anthem here from the Augusta Civic Center at the Class A state championship game. Thornton Academy and Lawrence. Thornton Academy in the home whites, maroon in the away. And here's the Lawrence band to play the national anthem. Well, this is the last game we'll play outside for quite some time, and all the hundreds of high school basketball games that have gone on this year, we're down to just the last couple. And again, we welcome you to the Class A Girls State Championship game. Thornton Academy TV and Central Maine CA TV bringing you this broadcast. And we're just about to tip this one off. Again, Lawrence Bulldogs in the home whites and Thornton Academy in the road maroons. Eric Marston for Thornton Academy going for his first ever Class A state championship. Had a great season last year, 16-2 regular season. Lost in the first round of the playoffs. They felt a little disheartened and they wanted some vindication. And the addition of Victoria Lux this year has been immeasurable, not just on the court, but off the court. Her leadership, when you see, when she does sit on the bench, she doesn't really sit down. I think Coach Marston has to tell her to sit down because she likes to be up and help coaching. So we're just about ready to go here, as it will be Paige Belanger and Victoria Lux jumping. Packed house here at the Augusta Civic Center, and we are ready to go. The Class A State Championship. Tip knocked back. It's going to be Abby Strickland running it down for Thornton Academy, and we're underway as Alex Hart brings the ball up the floor for Thornton Academy, the 5'6" freshman. And Rob, looks like we're going to see a little bit of matchup zone a little bit.
Yeah,
to start
matchup
off.
zone. I was just waiting for it to run through, see if we get a cutter through to be able to read it, but it looks like a matchup zone. You're right.
That's a 3-ball from Ashley Howe, and she hits the 3. Great start for the Trojans. That's more 3s than they hit in the entire regional final. Good start. They left her open that time, and she hit the shot. 3-0 Thornton Academy, 30 seconds in.
I'm sure Lawrence looked at that film from last week and they said, look, Thornton Academy does not shoot from outside. We really don't need to cover them. But TA right off the bat proves otherwise.
And Lawrence bringing the ball now. It's Lewis, number 12, at the top of the key, driving. She'll kick outside.
We're going to see today, Jeff, too, how the play of Alex Hart, the scrappy freshman for TA, how she really affects that guard play. She is very tenacious on defense and probably one of the fastest players in the entire SMAA.
Yeah, I've been impressed with TA's ball pressure in the game that I saw. I don't think Lawrence has seen that type of ball pressure.
And the first foul there on Abby Strickland. We'll have to watch that. And Aaron pass gets in. Down the lane, shot up, no good. Rebound, Alex Hart. That was Belanger taking the shot. Alex Hart came in with the rebound. And here comes Katie McCrum back to the top of the key with Hart. Lux had good position. They didn't see her. Down to Howe again. This time, Lawrence is on her. Strickland down at the baseline, and Howe will bring it back out in the reset. More of a man-to-man here on this play. for the Bulldogs.
TA's offense, they're not afraid to reset continually throughout an offensive possession. You'll see them quite often go out to half court, reset the entire offense, and try again.
There's Howe. Lux inside, being guarded by Weigang. Inside, and that's going to be up in a foul. No, shot's no good, but Victoria Lux will go to the free throw line, and he can't let Lux get the ball that deep in the post, Josh.
No, if they allow her to get the ball that low, it's going to be a long afternoon for Lawrence. I know Irving is a very strong player inside, but again, you just cannot allow Lux, a Miss Maine finalist, to get the ball inside on the post that low.
Yeah,
Well, the defensive matchup is not Belanger on Lux either. They've got Weigand on
They
her.
did, and she picked up her first foul there. And Lux short on that one. Thornton Academy did not shoot the free throws very well in that regional final, but nor did McCauley, so it didn't end up hurting him too much.
TA's most consistent free throw shooter throughout the season, Katie McCrum, a senior, semifinalist for Miss Maine. She's short-rimmed a few of those free throws, and again, you're seeing right here struggles for TA at the free throw line.
Yeah, she looks like she overcompensated on the second one. It's no good. So 2 missed free throws by TA. Could have taken a 5-point lead. 3-0 here with 6:20 to go in the first, and Lawrence comes back to set. Belanger hands off to Lewis. Up, no good. Fight for the rebound. It's going to be Thornton Academy basketball, as it was Irving in there. But that's the thing about Alex Hart is she is a very tough rebounder, and she's going to get her hands dirty down inside.
She's certainly not the biggest player on the court, Jeff, but again, like you noticed there, she is a very strong defensive player, probably more so than an offensive player at this point in her career.
Hart gets the ball inside to Strickland. Dribble move up, no good. And that's going to be a second foul on Abby Strickland, it looks like.
It's going to be interesting what Coach Marston does here now, Jeff, because last week when we saw Victoria Lux getting 2 early fouls, she sat the rest of the first quarter. It looks like Coach Marston right now is going to be forced to do the same.
Yeah, here comes number 14, Hayden Campbell, 5'9" junior. And that's a tough break for Strickland, but she tried to follow her own shot and committed the foul. It's 2 quick fouls on Strickland just 2 minutes into this game. 3-0 Thornton Academy.
We'll see how Coach Donato here for Lawrence, how he adjusts to this inside presence has changed significantly. They'll see if they attack Lux, try to get her in early foul trouble as well.
Lux, good defense there, and turned over by Irving down low. Lawrence, Rob, having a little struggles on the offensive end so far.
They certainly are. You know, one of the things that affects entry passes is ball pressure. It's really underlooked. And if you get ball pressure, it makes it harder to get that entry pass.
Thornton Academy with Katie McCrum at the top. Had to handle the ball the last couple of years, but with Hart has kind of moved into a shooting guard role, and that suits her very well. And Alex Hart dribbling, covered by Lewis. Pass inside, that's Campbell. And it's going to be a foul coming from the opposite side of the baseline. A couple of Lawrence fans aren't happy with that call, but it is Hayden Campbell getting to the line, the substitute coming in.
Lawrence foul number 33, Nia Irving.
And that's going to be on Irving, her first. So 2 fouls on either team so far. And Hayden Campbell going to the line. First shot up, no good. Thornton Academy now 0 for 3 from the line.
Yeah, it's a wide open background in here. There's not a lot to break it, and lots of times we see teams come in and struggle at the free throw line, Jeff, in this building.
At least in the Civic Center, it's dark behind there, so it's a little bit, this is totally light behind both ends.
Now, interesting note here, though, is that Thornton Academy actually made the trip up here to Augusta on Thursday for practice. They wanted to get a little bit of a feel there. The Thornton Academy gym was not available due to another event, so they made the trek up here on Thursday to kind of get a feel for the court. So we'll see if that has any difference here in this matchup.
Taken away by Thornton Academy, who's come down to McCrum, getting it inside. Great position by Lux. Up, no good.
It's her own rebound.
Gets her own rebound. Back up once again, no good. Another rebound up, no good a third time. 4 Lawrence Bulldogs around her. Can't get it to go. It's a let off there for Thornton Academy. That could have been a 6-0 lead for the Trojans as they still lead 4-0 here with 4:45 to go in the first quarter. Lawrence needs to get on the board. That's inside, up, and a foul, and one. Score the bucket, Nia Irving. She got the ball deep in the post.
That was some good textbook defense, too. Lux had her fronted up, and then Hart came over for the help, and she still battled through that double team and got the basket and the foul.
Now, the strength, is just something that you don't see from every player, and Lux does not usually face a player as strong as her, but Nia Irving is about as close as you're going to get. First foul on Victoria Lux. That's 3 fouls on the 2 inside players for Thornton Academy, and a chance for a 3-point play here for Lawrence. And it's good from Irving. Thornton Academy leading 4-3 with 4:39 to go here in the first quarter. Some missed opportunities from TA, 1 for 4 from the line. And Lawrence is right back in it.
We mentioned last week, Jeff, and in prior broadcasts, TA really does need to hit their free throws. They're not going to put up, 65 points a game like a Lawrence. So, again, they need to take advantage of every opportunity that they have. And so far tonight, their free throws have been, holding them back a little bit here from opening this game up.
There's driving down the baseline, nowhere to go. Campbell over to Lux. She was not afraid to take that shot. She will take it. Off the rim, no good. Inside rebound by Towers. And here comes Lawrence, chance to take the lead for the first time. That's down to Irving. She wanted to take the shot, but Lux took it right out of her hands. They'll reset. And Katie McCrum, that's Campbell sticking a hand in there. Here comes McCrum. She drives the lane, puts up the left-handed shot. It is around the rim, no good. Rebound by Irving. Couple shots not falling for TA down low. Saw 3 misses before from Lux. Here comes Lawrence. Double team, get it inside to Irving. And they're going to bring it back out. Almost stolen. They want it back to Irving again. They're going right at Lux. Irving wants it. Shot up. No good. Almost another 3-point play. But that's going to be the second foul, it looks like, on Victoria Lux. And that's going to prompt Eric Marston to call a 30-second timeout. And Lawrence, Rob, struggled a little bit there, but that last possession, there was a purpose. They wanted the ball into Irving, and she wanted to go one-on-one with Lux as they cleared out the paint for that matchup.
Yeah, the first entry didn't work. Lux was on it, came back out. They kicked it right back in again, and Belanger was able to go to work. Remember when I told you in the pregame, that first step, you look at her and you wouldn't envision such a quick first step, which is what she has. And when you have to defend a kid with a good first step, lots of times you end up out of position and then the fouls come. And the other thing about sending Irving to the free throw line, she's a machine there. So it's going to get interesting, isn't it, guys? Boy, they're really battling inside. TA's had some good opportunities inside, multiple chances. One, I think, won 4 chances, and they couldn't get it home.
Yeah, Lux is going to stay in the game.
Yes, interesting decision there, Jeff.
Well, you look at Coach Marston, it's either go really small or...
Board's showing 1 foul, so...
well, I thought she had 2, but...
I think the first one, Jeff, must have been on Alex Hart on that double team help.
Yep. That's the free throws good by Irving.
Just our stats there.
Well, that makes a huge difference.
It does, yeah. 4-4 here, 3:33 to go. And Irving, as Rob said, clutch from the line, 3 for 3. And Lawrence is taking their first lead, 5-4, 3:30 to go here. And here comes Thornton Academy. So Lux with just the 1 foul. And they go right back to Lux inside. That's going to be a foul, looks like inside on Lawrence. Not sure if it's on Irving.
Towers, I think, 20.
Or Towers, yeah.
Lawrence foul number 20, Jordan Towers.
It is on Jordan Towers, her first foul. So a lot of physical play. They all calling some fouls. We have 7 fouls so far here in the first quarter. Watch for the play. They like to go right back to the inbounder. They didn't go that time. That's Ashley Howe again from outside. That one's no good. Tipped back. Long rebound right back into Lux. She goes up and around and in for 2 points for Victoria Lux. She's on the board.
If she can do that all night, she's going to have a big game down low again. She seems to have some pretty easy access points right now, getting the ball down low in the post.
And for Lawrence is Morgan Boudreau. First time she's been in the game, number 4. And they want to go back inside. Up, and that's a foul, and that's going to be the second foul on Lux, and a 3-point play possibility for Paige Belanger. And Rob, Lawrence is very quick getting that ball in the post, and it seems like the matchup they want to exploit, especially with Strickland with 2 fouls, and now also Lux with 2 fouls.
Well, you saw Paige Belanger, how quick she is. These kids are all gifted athletes. For Lawrence, right across the board there, and we're gonna be in for a heck of a game here. These kids are going back and forth. There's no give anywhere. Everybody's battling everything.
And Jeff and Rob, looks like Lux is staying in with her 2 fouls.
Yep. Bella Robinson did come in, but they brought in for Campbell. So, again, Lux in there with 2 fouls. I'd be shocked if they didn't go right against her the next time down the floor. But Thornton Academy trailing now 8-6. Lawrence leading with 2:40 to go here in the first quarter. Foul shots helping Lawrence so far. Here comes McCrum. Lux is posting up. Irvin on there. She may have walked there. Yep, I think they're going to get her for steps. Turning the ball over here now. Thornton Academy has to be a little careful. They're going to bring in Strickland now. Looks like she's coming in for Lux, so Lux is going to take a seat. And Strickland has 2 fouls, and Lux with 2 fouls. Not too dissimilar for what happened against McCauley, but against this team with Nia Irving, you really can't afford to have both of them off the floor at the same time. Here comes Lewis for Lawrence, off to Boudreau. Alex Hart out guarding. It's going to be a foul on Hart. That might be her second as well. Coach Marston doesn't like it.
No, it's a soft foul there, I would say. You know, it's a state title game here. You'd like to say, let's keep the players, the star players, in the game here. Let's let them play, as they like to say. But so far, as we're seeing here, a lot of fouls early in the first quarter. This is really going to shape this first half and the game. Ultimately.
Yeah, that borders on ticky-tacky, huh?
Well, I must have missed a foul. They only have 5 fouls on TA right now, but there is a 6, and now Lawrence is in the bonus the rest of this half. I'll have to watch that as Irving goes around, up and in. Nia Irving in for another 2. And that was, Rob, that could have been called on Strickland there. Again, bumping what we've seen so far. They're trying to keep the boundaries. That could have been the third, but Strickland had to play straight-up defense, and Irving, was able to take advantage there. 10-6 Lawrence, 1:50 to go here in the first quarter.
We talked about Thornton Academy, having the inside game, but right now Lawrence is really showing, the rest of the state what they have in Irving.
And that's Alex Hart. But look at that. All 5 Lawrence players in the paint looking for the defensive rebound. And here come the Bulldogs. Towers looking up. That's Boudreau. Irving down. Strickland guarding her. But again, they're kind of clearing the ball out. They have all 4 of their players above. And there's Irving again over Strickland. And another 2 for Nia Irving.
It almost looked like Strickland was anticipating some help over the top there. She was facing Irving up front, and again, there was no help there, and it was an easy layup again for Irving.
Well, Lawrence, I was just about to try to say they did it too quickly. All the other 4 of their players are outside the three-point line. They just want to signal that. That's going to be inside a foul. That's going to be on Irving. That's going to be her second foul as well, as Alex Hart will go to the line. 12-6 with just a minute and a second to go here in this first quarter. That's the 10th foul called here tonight.
Is it me or is the same guy running over there the scorer's table the whole time?
It seems to be very similar.
Okay.
Similar hairstyle, I see. That's the second foul on Irving, so we'll have to see what Coach Donato does. Hart up and no good. That's another missed free throw by Thornton Academy. They have 1, but they've missed 4. And Irving will take a seat on the bench as Wygant will come back in.
Yeah, that's an okay matchup. Particularly with Victoria Lux out of the game. They'll live with that, I think.
Alex Hart makes her first foul shot of the game. And here, Lawrence leads 12-7, under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Working the ball on the outside of the paint. Without Irving in there, may have a little bit different strategy on the offensive floor.
Yeah, they haven't gone long range at all, have they?
Not since the beginning at all. And that's going to be out of play, no call. And it will be Thornton Academy basketball. They may clock it here with just 40 seconds to go. Again, no shot clock here in high school.
Yeah, that was a great non-call. No advantage gain there.
12-2 run there from Lawrence. Get them back in the lead. They lead by 5 now, 30 seconds to go as Alex Hart brings it down to Bella Robinson. And back up to Katie McCrum, senior guard. Nobody down low for the Trojans right now, kind of stacked up at the foul line. And that's a good way to waste the clock, down to 15 seconds now. You want to go with at least about 7 or 8 seconds to go so you can try to get an offensive rebound if you don't make it. Down to 8 seconds. McCrum going around a screen to try to drive the lane. She gets there. Shot is up and good. With 4 seconds to go, clock running down. And that clock's going to round here as Katie McCrum takes advantage of that last possession. They waste 40 seconds off the clock and get the bucket. A great first quarter of action back and forth here at the Augusta Civic Center. After 1, it's Lawrence leading Thornton Academy 12-9. Rob, what do you see from that?
MC Disposal Incorporated, DBA Central Maine Disposal. If it's trash, we do it. A family-owned and operated business since 1973, offering residential, commercial, and industrial waste services, curbside to roll-off, 2 to 50-yard containers, recycling, demolition, and cleanouts. Located at 6 Gerald Terrace in Fairfield, Maine, give Mickey or Charlie Wing a call at 872-8257.
The Corner Store in Delhi. Good food and friendly service. Family owned since 1983. Lobster rolls, a large selection of iced cold beverages, a drive-up window, delivering to Oakland, Sydney, Waterville, Winslow, Fairfield, Fairfield Center, and parts of Belgrade. We handle any size order. Open 7 days a week.
Lawrence bringing the ball in, up 12-9 here as we start the second quarter.
nothing outside so far for the Bulldogs. They have pounded the paint.
And they haven't even attempted a shot outside.
It's kind of a mirror image of what TA has done this whole season. They've just pounded the paint.
Turnaround shot there by Weigang, no good. Rebound Strickland. Here comes TA. Chance to tie with a 3. Again, no threes in the regional final, but Ashley Howe with the opening score of the game is a 3-pointer from the baseline. And TA now a chance to get back in this game. McCrum with being guarded by Boudreau.
And if I was Coach Marston, I wouldn't be worried about being down 3 after 1. Thornton Academy has consistently this season, either been down in the first half or, been up only by a few points. So this is kind of playing right into their game plan. They kind of, pick and prod, and then eventually they attack the weaknesses that they find.
McCrum shot no good. Rebound Strickland. She puts it up. No good, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line now. 11th foul called here in the first half. 6 on Thornton, 5 now on Lawrence.
Boy, both teams are getting after it on the boards, aren't they? It's ferocious under there.
They are crashing the boards big time. It's the first foul on Paige Belanger. And Strickland will go to the line, shooting 2. Looking for her first points of the game. Her shot up, it's good. Tia struggled from the line in the first quarter. Makes the first here in the second. 12-10 now. Thornton Academy trails Lawrence. 7:07 to go, first half. Packed house here at the Augusta Civic Center. Everything filled except for maybe the upper bleachers here. Great crowd. And up and good from Strickland. 2 for 2 from the line. Full court pressure here from the Trojans.
They didn't show that at all last week, so this is a new twist for Coach Marston.
And they are pretty deep. They're going to have to get out, and they're going to call timeout. Donato has to call timeout as Lawrence didn't seem like they were ready for that full court pressure there, Rob, and they have to burn a 30-second timeout as right now TA only down by a point.
Yeah, it's unusual, too, for a Coach Donato team not to be able to recognize that pressure, but you're right. They got running around there. You could see that they were bunched up. Floor spacing was off. One of the things I've noticed in the tournament, guys, and I'll bring you in on this, because everybody's playing on a 94-foot floor. This used to be a small floor here, so when the teams would come in for the state championships, they were playing on a small floor. We've noticed a big difference, and the teams that are quick have a huge advantage because they're able to extend pressure and cover those gaps, and conversely, they're able to break pressure because they're so quick.
Same lineup for Thornton Academy. You have Hart, McCrum, Howe, Strickland, and Robinson.
Lawrence again having a little bit of trouble getting that ball, and it's stolen.
Yeah, they give it away. McCrum, Thornton Academy down by just 1 has a chance to take the lead back here with under 7 minutes to go in the first half, and they'll reset.
Irving's at the scorer's table.
Yeah, she'll come back, and Lux is standing on the bench, as she likes to do. Good pump fake inside. Ashley Howe. Shot's no good. No call. It's going to be out. Looks like it's going to be Lawrence ball. No, it's going to stay at Thornton Academy. And we will see Nia Irving come back in. It was a marked difference in their offensive output when she went to the bench.
Oh,
she'll
absolutely.
come back on for Towers. She has 2 fouls. And actually, they're going to reverse that call. I think that's the right call.
Yeah.
There was a Lawrence player who put their hand up, but she pulled it back, and I didn't think she touched it. Again, welcome. This is Thornton Academy TV and Central Maine CA TV. Jeff Christian Mayer along here with Rob Munzing and Josh Pulsifer from the Augusta Civic Center for the Class A State Championship. Here comes Lawrence up 12-11. Great pass with Boudreau. No foul. That was one of the weirdest shots. He kind of went over the backboard. Thornton
I think
Academy
she was anticipating some contact, and it didn't come. It caught her by surprise.
back down the other end. No call as well. And it's going to be Irving taking it down as McCrum went coast to coast.
I haven't seen a shot like that since Son of Flubber.
Yeah. And she may have walked with that, got away with it, but up and no good. Here comes Alex Hart. Up and down action here in the second quarter. Here comes McCrum. Boudreau guarding her, and up to Alex Hart, and they will reset.
TA usually is not a up-and-coming team there, going up and down, but it seems to be playing well from their favor right now.
Alex Hart takes a screen, goes in for an easy layup, and Thornton Academy's taking the lead back 13-12, just under 6 minutes to go in the first half.
If there was one player on TA that I think would really benefit from a fast-paced offense, it is Alex Hart. Like we said earlier, one of the fastest players in the entire state, as only a freshman.
Driving down, it's going to be a foul on, looks like Ashley Howe, hand check. They've been calling that, it's a point of emphasis as they call it. And Ashley Howe will be called for that. That's only her first foul. But Thornton Academy in the penalty now, so it will be free throws. And it will be Paige Belanger going to the line as we see Towers coming back for Lawrence, in for Boudreau, and Lux will come back in for Bella Robinson. Starting 5 out there now for the Trojans. For Lawrence, we see Dominique Lewis is in there as well. First of the 1-on-1, no good. Rebound, Irving. No, excuse me, not Irving. Weigang gets it. That's a 3-ball, and it's good. Dominique Lewis with the first 3-pointer of the game for the Lawrence Bulldogs, and they go back ahead 15-13 with 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the first half. And right back is Katie McCrum here. She shoots it and hits the 3. And that's going to prompt another timeout from Donato as Thornton Academy comes back to hit a 3 right after Lawrence hit a 3. The 30-second timeout, 16-15. So, Rob, for the first quarter, we saw inside. Now we're seeing some outside shooting from these teams.
Yeah, back-to-back threes. You saw Dominique Lewis finally get a look outside, and it came off right back to her, and she put it up. You could see the quick release to it. And so back-to-back threes. Maybe things are going to open up here a little bit because we had about a minute of frenzied action, I think was your call on it, Jeff, and it was perfect. It was like a feeding frenzy with nothing in the water because nothing came out of it. They couldn't get any points on it, and now back-to-back threes. So, we have what we thought we'd have. Exactly a game that's back and forth, and fans are into it. And the officials are getting a lot of help, it sounds like, down there. So.
Well, 16-15, Thornton Academy leading Lawrence as the Bulldogs will take the ball down here. A little over 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Irving back in the game. Strickland on her. Lux also in the game, both with 2 fouls inside. They'll get the ball to Irving at the free throw line. Takes one dribble, double teamed. Turnaround shot. It is around the rim, no good. And that's going to be out of play. Stay here as Lux had inside position.
Ooh, usually you see that go the other way.
Yeah, you do. But Irving still got the shot off, even though she was double-teamed by Lux and Strickland. But both Lux and Strickland, with the 2 fouls, had to go straight up.
Yeah, you saw Lux didn't match up against Belanger on that one with the 2 fouls.
And I think they're going to maybe change it. They are.
Yeah, they ought to.
Wow. Well, it's the second time now we've seen a call change, and that's what you want. You want the referees to confer. And they change the call. Thornton Academy taking over now. Just under 5 minutes to go as Boudreaux comes back for Lawrence. Lawrence with Boudreaux, Lewis, Irving, Belanger in there, and Towers. And that's Alex Hart. Oh, Strickland didn't think that was coming. He thought Lux was going to take it. Ashley Howe does recover, so TAE with a reset. Both big men for TA up near the three-point line. A little confusion. Strickland sets a screen. Rolls, and that's going to be McCrum. That's going to be a long 2, it looks like, for McCrum.
Nice little pick and pop right there, Jeff.
7 points for Katie McCrum. And Thornton Academy leads 18-15 now.
This is a completely different offensive team for Thornton Academy, Jeff. I know we've watched them all season here at TATV, and I can't say in any game this year that they've been this much of a perimeter outside shooting team. So clearly, in their scouting of Lawrence, they felt like that they had to expand their offensive viewpoint.
Traveling violation on Lawrence, and Thornton Academy will take back over. Up by 3 now. And Lawrence had a run there early in the late in the first quarter, and led by 5. And Thornton Academy has come back now, and they lead by 3. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, it was a big basket by McCrum right at the end of the first quarter when they ran about 50 seconds off the clock.
And that's Alex Hart. That's going to be no good. Rebound Lawrence as they come back down the floor. And that's a shot up, no good. Rebound Irving inside. It's going to be the 3rd foul on Strickland. As Irving will go back to the line, and we're going to see Campbell return for Thornton Academy.
Thornton Academy foul number 23, Abby Strickland, her 3rd personal foul. Team foul number 8.
Looks like she'll be coming out here,
Irving
Jeff.
at the line. We'll be shooting 2.
Most likely for the rest of the first half.
The 12-9 first quarter. And Irving makes the first here. And up, no good that time. That's going to be out of play. It will be Thornton Academy basketball. 18-16, Thornton Academy leading. Nia Irving leading Lawrence with 10 points. And for Thornton Academy, it's 7 points for McCrum, the 2 leading scorers for the teams. As Alex Hart comes down, takes a screen. Goes back inside, around Irving. That's going to be a foul. That's going to be on Irving. That will be her 3rd.
Excellent position there by Lux, Jeff. She really got that ball down low in the post and worked her magic. And again, putting the star player there for Lawrence in some foul trouble.
And it is going to be her 3rd foul. So Irving now with 3 fouls. She's going to have to take a seat, it looks like, again.
Victoria Lux at the line, 2 shots.
And Lux will take 2 shots. So we're going to see Some of these star players taking a seat for a good part of this second quarter. Lux is up and good. First free throw made for her as Irving sits down. Wygane comes back in.
You know, so many times, Jeff and Josh, the bigs don't have to play a person that is as good as they are. And lots of times they can slough off, and you're playing a man-to-man, but you're playing your big as a zone in the paint. And not today, because both bigs have got to cover another big.
Second free throw no good as Lawrence come back down. That's Boudreaux. And they want position on Lux inside. That's an errant pass, and that's going to be Thornton Academy basketball. That looks there, Rob. Like if that was Irving, that's the play they'd set up for her. But without her in the game, much more difficult pass to a shorter player inside.
It's like Lux is coming out here too, Jeff and Rob. So that'll be an interesting change up there for Coach Marston. We'll see if she comes back in.
I like it with a 3-point lead. You know, protect her a little bit.
Absolutely.
While Irving's out, I think it's great coaching by Coach Marston right here.
Going to open up the lane there. Bella Robinson, a very speedy player for Thornton Academy, can make some cuts as Alex Hart can as well. That's Campbell from the corner. No good, but there's Alex Hart. He gets a rebound, somehow keeps it in. Campbell to Howe, out to Bella Robinson, just inside the three-point line, and it's good. Bella Robinson, the sophomore, with their first bucket. Great rebound.
It's like we have a foul.
Foul after the play, it looks like. And it's going to be a foul on Lawrence, on Dominique Lewis.
Basket is good. And
Interesting call.
They'll be shooting 1-1 here.
Honestly, didn't see it. I didn't see the collision, but they'll be shooting 1-1, so it's not on the shot. So Thornton Academy gets the bucket and a 1-1 situation here for Alex Hart.
Must have been on the checkout on the rebound.
Misses the 1-1, but that's Howe up in. That's going to be another foul. No good. I believe that was going to be on Wygane. It'll be her second. And Ashley Howe will go to the line for two. Thornton Academy leading 21-16, 2:51 to go in the first half. Wygane, second foul.
They had the potential there for a 5-point play, or really a 4-point play if you consider the fact it was a long 2 there, but interesting call.
Howe at the line. First free throw up. No good. Again, small in it for TA. They go with Hart, Campbell, Howe, Robinson, and McCrum. Howe, I guess, is playing center.
With Irving out, though, Jeff, it really allows Coach Marston to put in this small lineup, so they're playing to their strengths right now.
Howe with the free throw. 22-16, largest lead for TA.
Full court pressure again from TA. Again, you didn't see that much from them this year. And again, it's really giving Lawrence a little bit of trouble here in the first half.
McCrum, good play there by Lewis, bringing the ball down. They go back inside. No good. That's a clean block by Howe. And here comes Thornton Academy up by 6 with the ball. Howe gets all the way into the lane, uncontested. Will get it back out. Bella Robinson yet again. No good, but a rebound. Campbell back up and in. And it's Hayden Campbell with a bucket for Thornton Academy and another timeout for Lawrence.
Coach Donato's hot.
Yes, timeout.
I think they call it. I'm not sure if what he's upset about, but
He's upset with the guy he's talking to right there. That's who he's upset with.
right. It looks like he did call timeout. I don't think the players heard the whistle, and Coach Marston's questioning why they let them play on for a few minutes. But it is Thornton Academy 24 and Lawrence 16 here with 2:22 to go. And Rob, what we've seen here without Irving in there, this Thornton Academy defense is playing well, and some players like Caden Campbell and Bella Robinson coming up with some big buckets for TA.
Well, that's what you always wonder when the marquee players get in foul trouble and they have to sit out, or one of them is injured and has to go out. You know, who steps up and does it? And certainly, you talked about the short bench that Coach Marston's going to have there, and these kids have played a lot in the first half. So what happens? They get some opportunities because they're in the game a lot and they're hitting some of their shots. Hey, listen, I'll tell you, if TA had done a better job at the line, this would be a 12, 14-point lead, guys, because I bet they're only shooting probably about 40% from the line, Jeff. I'm just guessing. I don't know if you're keeping track of missed free throws.
That's probably about that. Yep.
But I'm guessing it's about that. Had they hit their free throws early on, they were like they had missed 4 out of 6 at one point there. So they've made a nice opportunity here. Boy, they could have really done it up a really big time here. And if you coach Donato, what are you going to do?
They put in Nia Irving. That's what you do. The chess match continues
with 3 fouls.
She's not
still out.
I thought maybe she was out there in the huddle for a second.
Yeah, she was in the huddle.
Yeah, she's not out there right now. 2:19 to go. Thornton Academy with their biggest lead, up by 8. to drive the lane, tries to dish it off inside. It's going to be up and good. That's going to be Paige Belanger. Stops the bleeding for Lawrence as the short lineup from TA finally kind of hurts them, as it was Katie McCrum on Belanger. That's a mismatch for size. And it's 24-18 now, TA. The TA scored on several of their last possessions. Campbell inside, posting up. They didn't see her. And Alex Hart reset as Bella Robinson.
Good time for TA to have some clock management here, Jeff, I think.
Shorten the possessions here in the first. Bella Robinson goes around. That's going to be a travel on Bella. She had to go around a couple defenders. Maybe in the NBA they don't call that, but in high school they will call that for steps. So Lawrence, as they go against the full court pressure, get this down to a 2-possession game. They've been able to hit some of the threes tonight. Alex Hart with the pressure. He has to be careful. Both teams in the bonus right now. And Lewis, dangerous. And again, they throw it inside. It's going to stay here to Lawrence, but a couple of those times, they just seem to throwing it not with a whole lot of breathing room for her inside players.
Yeah, you have alley-oops and you have alley-hopes. Those are alley-hopes.
And right on the inbound, they give it away to Campbell as they're trying to get it into Belanger yet again.
And again, we mentioned this earlier in the game, Rob and Jeff. You know, I don't know if Lawrence has faced a team quite like TA in terms of defensive tenacity. So it's an interesting setup here. We're going to have to see what type of adjustments here Coach Donato makes at halftime. And the same for Coach Marston as well. What will he do once Irving is back in the game? Because right now TA is taking advantage of that opportunity.
Bella Robinson still no Lux and no Strickland. They've been able to rest them for most of this second part of the second quarter. And there's a long two from Ashley Howe. Oh, it's going to be a 3-ball? I'm not sure. One ref said 3. It looks like it is going to be a long 2 for Ashley Howe. First second bucket, 26-18. Thornton Academy under a minute to go here in the half, and it's going to be a foul on Campbell. In Campbell, that'll be her first foul. And Lawrence will go to the line, trying to stop the bleeding here, down by 8 points. 17 fouls called here in this first half. Definitely some important ones. And it will be Belanger at the line, who's kind of taking over the mantle. And that's going once Irving's on the bench. Just 3 Lawrence players with any points tonight. Whereas Thornton Academy has 6 players with points. Second free throw, no good. It's going to be, it looks like a lane violation.
It's like it's against Thornton Academy, Jeff.
We saw a lane violation in the McCauley game have a huge impact as TA was only up by a couple points. McCauley had a lane violation, and Thornton Academy ended up getting a free point out of it. So right here, Lawrence can get this back within 6 points with a bucket here. Second free throw is good. Belanger, 3 free throws for her. 48 seconds to go. 26-20. Thornton Academy leading with the basketball.
Again, for TA here, Rob and Jeff, it's going to be important for them. You know, do not let Lawrence chip into this lead anymore. You know, Coach Marston, I'm sure, will be ecstatic going up 6 points at halftime here. We're going to see if TA will keep possession. And, you know, based on their past experiences, I'm sure they will.
Yeah, they're going to play Lawrence not coming out too deep.
TA loves setting up way beyond the three-point line there.
Yeah, 8 fouls on Lawrence, so they'd shoot, obviously, if there's a foul. 15
seconds to go now. Thornton Academy going to wait, just like they did at the end of the first, and it worked out well as McCrum hit a shot with just a couple seconds left. Under 10 now, 7. They're going to get the ball inside. That's Campbell going up, and that is around the rim, no good. Rebound comes out, and that's probably going to end the quarter. 0.7 seconds left. And we're going to have a 26-20 score here at the half as Thornton Academy scored 17 points in this quarter. And they lead at halftime 26-20 in the Class A state championship. Quickly go through the scores here. For Lawrence, Dominique Lewis with 3 points, Paige Belanger with 7 points, and Nia Irving with 10 points. Total of 20 for the Lady Bulldogs. And for Thornton Academy, Alex Hart with 3 points, Katie McCrum with 7, Hayden Campbell with 3, Bella Robinson with 2, Abby Strickland with 2, Ashley Howe with 6, and Victoria Lux with 3. She also had a couple of fouls. 26-20 lead. We're going to take a short break here. We'll come back with some halftime thoughts in the second half. You're watching Thornton Academy TV and Central Maine CATV. We'll see you after halftime.
Who's a better shopper, your mom or your dad?
Mom.
So your dad's not a good shopper?
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
Smart shoppers always shop Oakland Furniture, where you'll find friendly, expert advice if you need it, and terrific values on quality name brand furniture. And Oakland Furniture delivers statewide. Be a great shopper. Shop Oakland Furniture.
Oakland Furniture. Nobody does it better.
The Village Market, located at 95 Main Street, Fairfield, is your small-town, fully stocked grocery store with that big store feel. Carrying quality vegetables, fruits, meats, deli items, and surefine products. They even have some inviting desserts. On your lunch break, stop by and grab one of the prepared, ready-to-go meals. Village Market's knowledgeable and courteous staff makes your visit an enjoyable experience. Visit them on Facebook and online at villagemarketfairfield.com. Open 7 days a week, the Village Market. We've got your groceries and more.
Welcome back. We're about ready to start the second half. We do want to mention the Hoops for Haley campaign. All season long, Thornton Academy girls basketball has been raising money to support Haley Deschardins, who is a 7th grader dealing with aplastic anemia, very close to the program. She's been dealing with some health issues all season, so Thornton Academy has the Hoops for Haley campaign to offset some of her medical costs. Every point they scored this season, they are donating $1 toward Hoops for Haley. Earlier this year at senior night, they donated a check for $10,000 to Haley's family. It's been a great cause. You'll see a lot of people around here with the white t-shirts, Hoops for Haley. If you want to give to this great cause, please visit GoFundMe.com/Hoops for Haley. It's certainly been a rallying cry for them this year. And so far today, Rob, 26-20 here in the first half, looking pretty well. What does Lawrence have to do in this second half besides stay out of foul trouble to get back in this game?
Yeah, Nia Irving has to be on the floor. That's what they have to do. What we saw in the first half is that without the two premier bigs, Thornton Academy is a better team by 6 points. For Lawrence to win this game, Irving's got to be in the game, and she's got to be able to contribute, and they've got to be able to do like they did in that stretch there where you thought they're unstoppable. They came down about 4 times, banged the ball inside, and Belanger fouled and made the hoop, 3-point plays. They've got to have that going. But it's a little easy to do that and play with reckless abandon when you don't have any fouls. So when you have 3 on there, you pick up a charge, a player control foul, and you're playing with 4. So it's going to be hard to figure out how we're going to be able to do that.
And Josh, looking at some of the stats here, Thornton Academy missed 7 free throws in that first half, but Lawrence had 9 turnovers. Which team can afford to maybe have a spell like that in the second half and still come out with this victory?
Well, I don't know if either team can right now, Jeff. If I were to say which team can weather the storm perhaps better, perhaps based on our opinion of what we've seen all year, maybe Thornton Academy. But again, you don't get to 20-1 like Lawrence is this year without overcoming a little bit of adversity throughout a game. So for them to be down 6, I'm sure they weren't phased at halftime. They're the Eastern Maine champions here, and as we expected coming into this, we're going to see a battle right down to the wire, and right now we are certainly lined up for that.
Absolutely. It was 17-8 in the second quarter in favor of the Golden Trojans, and we're underway here in the third quarter of the Class A State Championship game. Thornton Academy leading Lawrence 26-20 as Ashley Howe. We see the starting lineup back in as we're going to go right down to Strickland inside. No good. Rebound. Strickland, and they'll bring it back out. That's Alex Hart. Long 2. No good. Rebound. Lawrence. But it's given right back as TA. It's a 2-on-2 now. McCrum streaking Alex Hart down to Howe up. No good somehow. So TA with a couple of great chances there.
Boy.
Might rue those chances if this game gets really close in the second half. Here comes, again, starting lineup in for Thornton Academy. And it looks like as well for Lawrence inside. That's Irving up and in and 1. And that's going to be another foul on Abby Strickland. And he probably, if you had some money to bet on this, you probably say Donato's going to put it right back into his superstar.
I'm sure that's exactly how Lawrence drew it up right in the halftime room, Jeff, with Coach Donato saying, we need to get the ball down low on the post to Irving and let her do her work, and they executed perfectly to start this third quarter.
We're going to see Hayden Campbell come in for Strickland now. It's 4 fouls. We'll have to sit probably the rest of this quarter. Irving up and good.
Again, like we said, Strickland may not be getting the most headlines for Thornton Academy. Certainly she had a huge Western Maine final game last week at the Cross Insurance Arena. But, with her having 4 fouls now, it's really going to change Coach Marcheson's strategy moving forward.
And, Rob, we can see here, we've seen a lot of Emily Esposito in Western Class A for Gorham being such a great player and being so central. Looks like that's the same here as they're a different team when Irving's on the floor.
Absolutely. Great players make their other players that much better, and that's what Nia is able to do with her game.
That's top of the key. So Lux is not afraid to take that shot. She passes it off. 26-23 TA, 6:50 to go, third quarter.
And TA is certainly not a team that's going to just quickly take their first shot that they see. They'll work the ball around and get the opportunity that they want. As you can see right now, Lux certainly wanted to go underneath, and she got a little too deep there.
Now up against Irving, who has 3 fouls as well. She likes that scoop shot, does Lux. Missed it on this time, and Lawrence can get this back to within a 1-point game or even tie it with a 3. Irving top of the key. Got to watch out for Hart very quick. And they will reset. Get Barrett Campbell back, Hayden Campbell in the game for Abby Strickland with 4 fouls. And Lawrence being very patient here on the offensive end. And they're going to call timeout. Not keeping track of the timeouts. You can't have a whole lot. They called 3 or 4 in that first half to Donato. It's like a short one. And Donato did not like what was going on there in that offensive set.
Yeah.
Shelley's Used Cars. Buy here, pay here. 211 Norwich Walk Road, Fairfield, Maine. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5:30, and Saturday by appointment. Give them a call at 238-0032.
And then what happened? Lawrence went down, banged it inside. One of the things that both bigs do, both Victoria and Naya, they both catch the ball very well on the fly and then finish on it. They don't get it stationary all the time, and that's the difference in these two bigs. They're so athletic and their feet are so good.
And Lawrence with the basketball. Possession now does point to the Bulldogs right now. And we'll got to keep you posted to that as it gets closer to the end of the game. And looking for Irving again. Lux is on her. They'll bring it back outside. And Lawrence loses the ball. It's going to be Ashley Howe going for it. It's going to be off Lawrence and Thornton Academy. An unforced error. As Lawrence, they had 9 turnovers in the first half. Not something they want to repeat here in the second. 5:58 to go, third quarter. TA up by 3.
Yeah, you can't relax for a second when you have the ball against the TA defenders out front. They're just they'll just snipe you.
That's from the free throw line. That's Victoria Lux open.
That's her great shot there, Jeff. You know, she's not too much of a top of the key shooter, but if you get her right at the top of the paint there, that's her bread and butter shot.
No one stepped out on her there, and she'll take that shot inside to Irving. Spin move, that's going to be a foul. I think that's going to be on McCrum.
I would agree with that, Jeff.
But that's a move, Rob, we haven't seen her do yet tonight. She has a lot of moves in her arsenal.
Yeah, she goes for a right-handed big, she goes so well to the left, and that's a hard one to defend, because she's able to use her body to screen the defender off there, and then she'll go up. But that time she faked that to the left and came back right.
Free throws up and good. Irving, 6 free throws already. That is the second foul on McCrum. That's the one I missed in the first half, so my fouls are up to date now. It's 28-24. Thornton Academy leading. Irving stroking it from the line.
Yeah, she's missed 1.
Yep, she's 7 out of 8. Not bad from the line. 28-25, TA still up by 3. You wonder if Florence can get within that, can they get over that hump and get the lead back? As we're going to see McCrum from the corner. It's short, but no good. That's going to be Howe. It looks like that's going to be a jump ball. We'll go to Lawrence. I think on that play, Rob, it looked like her own teammate may have blocked that shot by mistake.
I think so.
TA fans wanted the foul, but I think it was Lux who just happened to have her arm in the wrong spot. And Lawrence will take over. As we'll see Boudreau come in for Lawrence. 3-point game. Again, we saw this against McCauley for TA. A lot of times McCauley would get within those 2-3 points, but couldn't get over that hump and ended up not being able to ever take the lead again. So imperative here with still a lot of time to go for Lawrence to at least get this game back tied, get some momentum going. And they're going to bring it to Irving. Irving inside on Lux, up and good.
Right there, Jeff, that's really a factor of Lux having 3 fouls on her. You can see how soft she was guarding Irving, not trying to draw her fourth early here in the third quarter.
It's good defense from Lux, too. She did not, wasn't over-aggressive, did what she could. Irving's good. Scoop shot there from Alex Hart. Great body control from Alex Hart. It's her second layup of the game. And Thornton Academy back up 30-27, 3-point game with 4:35 to go. Both bigs with Irving and Lux playing well in foul trouble. There's Irving, looking for a cutter. I thought it was going to be Towers. Back to Irving, free throw line, around Lux, outside. That's Boudreau. That's a 3-ball, and it's front rimmed. It looked good from here. Here comes Alex Hart, a 2-on-1 if they hurry. McCrum with her. Hart's going to go right for it. No call.
Wow.
And you look at a play like that, Rob, and you say, there's got to be a call either way. You'd think this contact.
And he got a quick technical.
I didn't see the technical.
Yeah, I did. Well, there's something there, right?
It's got to be something.
Right.
It's not just out of bounds. She didn't just drop the ball off her foot. Was that on the coaching staff? I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Coach Marson, he'll have to anchor.
And I think that's kind of why it's such a reaction from both sets of the crowd. You got to have something there. I mean, we're here saying we don't want the rest to be involved, but when you have a play like that,
yeah,
it's again, she didn't dribble off her foot. She was contacted, whether it's a foul or a charge or a block.
And as far as the technical, as an official in a state championship game, you got to give a coach a little frustration level. You know what I mean? At least I think.
And we don't know. And who knows? Maybe there was something before that we didn't see. Of course, Donato we've seen up off the floor too. But that could be a big 2 points here as Lawrence will get the ball.
Sometimes the best thing to do is to get, as an official, I umpired for a lot of years, Jeff, and when there was a controversial play, get the heck out of the way so you don't hear anything that you got to, take on. You got to let that frustration come up a little bit. And
well, Nia Irving with 19 points now for the Bulldogs, 9 of them from the line, and now they can take the lead down by just 1. And there is Dominique Lewis has the 1 3-pointer for Lawrence. Again, just 3 players scoring for the Bulldogs so far. That's going to be inside Irving. Good position up. That's going to be no good. Blocked by Lux. No one wanted to get that ball, but it comes out with Alex Hart. Good defense there from Lux. Here comes Hart driving the lane. Stops at the free throw line. Pull-up jumper is good.
Great decision there by Hart. She read the floor there, saw there was 3 defenders back for Lawrence. Decided, I'm probably not going to be able to slash through that. Pull-up jumper, drained it.
And Lewis throws it away.
TA here with a little bit of momentum here, Jeff.
Well, Hart did a good job. They have to respect her speed, so she's able to pull up. And that's going to be a foul on Victoria Lux, it looks like.
That's
and
a
Coach
foul
Marson
there.
Not happy again.
He's not happy.
They have to be careful. He's already got a technical foul.
It looked like Lux there was trying to post up for position. Looked like they both got a little tangled up there. And unfortunately,
that's
it was called against Lux.
Just her 3rd foul, so she can stay in the game. But that's a 4th foul on TA. No fouls yet on Lawrence. It's 32-29 TA, 3:29 to go. And this crowd is really into this game as the referees have definitely put themselves in it a little bit. And I think both coaches are feeling a little hard done by. And let's get the ball again inside. This is Belanger. Gets the ball back out.
It's a great atmosphere, too, here at the Augusta Civic Center. The fans are really right on the court. And, nice, small, intimate arena, but a great size for, as we were talking about earlier, high school basketball.
And they want to get it inside as it's Ashley Howard covering Belanger. She's kind of a double with Campbell. Bunched up are Lawrence. There's Irving. Double team. She almost loses it. We'll put it back up and good. Oh. That's a great shot by Nia Irving.
There's really nothing the Thornton Academy defense could do there. They basically had her triple team right at the top of the paint, and she drained it.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. They had everybody on her in great position, and she had to go up and force it because she's going to get 3 seconds called.
That's Ashley Howe the other way, and she hits back. So Thornton Academy, a pretty good offensive output here for the Trojans as they're hitting some shots from the outside. It's 34-31 TA. And Lawrence at some point's got to think, geez, what else can we do defensively against this team who's not supposed to be a great offensive team, but right now showing that they can hit some shots.
Yeah, they're keeping that 3-point cushion you were talking about earlier, Jeff, out of the TA Trojans.
And that's going to be a 2-ball, and it's up and good. That's Jordan Towers. That's her first bucket. 34-33. Breathless stuff at the Augusta Civic Center.
You've got the marquee players playing great, and now you're getting the secondary players stepping up and hitting some shots. Well, hold on, folks. It's going to be a great finish.
34-33, less than 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and Alex Hart's going to take it out. Take a little breather here for TA as it's one-on-one inside. It's going to be a throwaway from Campbell. As she tried to find Lux, but it was Irving, Rob, as you saw there, just holding her ground, not reaching in, but holding her ground, and went over Lux, and she was unable to get that ball.
Yeah, one of the neat things was that Irving was able to get stationary. She kept her feet right on the floor there, and, Lux had to be careful because she runs through her. She's going to get called for that 4th foul, and she knew that, so the game within the game, the way these two bigs are going at each other, it's fantastic.
And Lawrence now with another chance to take the lead. They have not taken that lead yet. They've come very close. But down by 1 here, you feel like they want to get the ball into Irving yet again. They're triple teaming her as much as they can. Bring it back out. That's Belanger, top of the key. Irving's got to be careful not to be called for an offensive foul. They were getting really physical, her and Lux down low. 1:15 to go. 3rd quarter. They're doubling her. And they give the ball away. Try to force it in there, and
Katie McCrum came right from behind there. I don't think Irving felt her pressure.
That was a great step over there by McCrum. Timed it perfectly.
1 minute to go, 34-33 TA. Much closer this quarter than it was in the second. Inside, that's Lux, and it's going to be a foul. That's going to be on Towers, her second.
Yeah, good foul by Towers.
It is a good foul because that was about as easy a layup as you're going to see, and make her earn it at the line. TA missed several free throws in that first half.
So what's happened with the bigs? If they don't get the help and they get beat initially, what's going to happen is you can't redefend, as I like to call it, because you're in foul trouble. Lots of times when you redefend, you put yourself in a situation where you're going to foul.
They just took away one of the free throws from Lux because she
stepped outside the three-point line, Jeff,
yes.
and you're not allowed to do that. She stepped right on that line. That's customary for her. She's done that all year.
She looks like she knows what she did. No arguments from her, but
a ticky-tack foul there. Not a foul,
it
but
may have been something that they were alerted to. You never know.
This is true.
But you lose a free throw chance there, and then she misses that one. And it's going to be Thornton Academy. No, it's going to be Lawrence ball.
Wow.
Okay.
Definitely looked like Lawrence may have tipped that one out there, Jeff. Yep.
Well, a lot of calls we've seen tonight that we don't usually see. That's not something you usually see, but
No, I don't think I've ever seen that call, Jeff. I was trying to think back.
34-33. Lawrence again with a chance to take the lead. Many chances here for the Bulldogs. They have not been able to. That's a great look. Inside, no good. That was Olivia Patterson, I believe, in there. Or maybe it's Belanger. It was Belanger, yep, but missed that shot. Good chance there for Lawrence to take the lead yet again. It's going to feel a little lucky here to be winning considering how many chances Lawrence has had to take the lead. We have 20 seconds to go. This is the third straight quarter. Looks like TA will get the last shot. And Hart will bring it back out. 13 seconds to go. TA up by 1. We're setting up for a great fourth quarter here in the state championship game. Hart take the screen from Campbell. Pull up jumper, and it's good with 4 seconds to go. And last shot, it's good if it goes. No good, and that is Alex Hart. Yet again showing why there's so much hype around her. 8 points in this state championship, 9 points in the state championship game. And Thornton Academy takes a 36-33 lead at the end of 3.
Harding's Garage, full-service auto repair and transmission rebuilding for domestic and foreign cars. Computer diagnostics, alignments and tires and maintenance. A family-owned business for 15 years located at Route 201, Nye Corner in Fairfield. Give them a call at 453-0285 or be sure to visit them on the internet at www.hardingsgarage.com.
Rob, what do you think the key to this fourth quarter is, besides staying out of foul trouble, of course?
Well, the foul trouble won, but they managed that, didn't they, in the third quarter? They played very smartly. The second thing is, I think somebody's got to step up for Lawrence because Nia Irving's not going to be able to do it all. So she's got to get some help. You just saw her made a beautiful pass when she read the double team coming, and I think she got it over to Belanger, and Belanger missed the little 5-footer. She's got to have some help from somebody else. Somebody else like, Dominique Lewis or somebody has got to step up this quarter for Lawrence.
And you can hear the rumbling as these fans are realizing they're seeing a great game, and Thornton Academy's motto has been about team this year, and right now they're playing well as a team as they turn the ball over. Again, Jeff Christianberry, Josh Pulsifer, and Rob Munzing here, Thornton Academy TV in Central Maine, CATV. Great game, Class A state championship, fourth quarter. It's a 3-point game. Can't ask for much more than this. As Lawrence, again, with the ball in a one-possession game. Irving, triple team, gets the ball over. That's going to be a 3-ball. Lewis hits the 3, and for the first time since the first half, Lawrence back tied with Thornton Academy. Just the second 3-ball of the day, both of them by Dominique Lewis.
Yeah, just what we were setting up coming out of the break. You like when they do what you say, huh, Jeff?
It makes us look really smart, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, lucky more than smart, but certainly we've seen Lewis do this before. She's a terrific outside shooter.
That was a hand in her face in that one too, Josh.
Yes, she was, and she hit 5 3-pointers in that Eastern Maine final against Bangor, so that's nothing new for her repertoire.
Abby Strickland still on the bench for the Trojans with 4 fouls as Hayden Campbell has taken over.
And we have another interesting battle down low there with Lux and Irving. We just had a Lawrence player fall over, so we'll have to keep tracking that, see if they call any fouls off the ball.
Oh, that might be on. If that's on Irving, that would be her 4th.
And it is, yes.
No, it was actually on Belanger for second.
Lawrence dodged the
from
bullet
from the position the official was, I thought it would be tough for him to call it on on Irving, even though she may have also had contact. Just a second foul called against Lawrence, so plenty of fouls to give here.
And that's good. We want to see all the star players here for both of these teams in the game here to finish out this fourth quarter in the state championship. We don't want to see this decided with them on the bench.
And Strickland back in the game now, starting 5 on the floor for TA as Lux double-teamed. Out to the top of the key, McCrum, 36-36, 6.5 minutes to go in regulation.
Looks like TA's really trying to get the ball down low there, working a little bit of an inside-outside game right now.
Well, they're passing it now inside. She's going to take the shot. That's going to be called on Irving. That's going to be her 4th.
No question on that one.
No, you tell her keep her hands up. She had her hands. They weren't up. They weren't perpendicular. And big decision for Donato. Tie game, 6:25 to go. What do you do, Rob?
You take a deep breath and you say, okay, we can't win this thing if she's not in there. So she's got to stay in there and play smart. Now, you're probably going to see a defensive assignment switch. They'll make a switch in underneath.
And TA not helping themselves with the free throw line. Another miss there for Lux. And I think I agree. Well, this is a spot where Abby Strickland, I guess we will see a sub coming in. Wygate coming in.
Yeah, Wygate's good. She's going to come in and she's going to match up against Victoria Lux is what you're going to see.
And we're going to see a timeout here for Thornton Academy. 6:25 to go in this Class A Girls Championship. It's 37-36 Thornton Academy.
Modern Woodman, 26 Main Street in Oakland. Life insurance, annuities, investments, and banking. Touching lives and securing futures. Give them a call at 465-4800 or look them up on the internet at modern-woodman.org.
It's early in the first half as we see a full timeout here on the floor. And for Lawrence, Dominique Lewis with 6 points, Towers with 2, Paige Belanger with 4, and Irving with 21.
Which is my point, Jeff. I mean, how can you take Irving out and expect to win the basketball game when she scored 21 points out of your 36?
Yeah, and it's you just gotta play smart. She's a junior, so she's had some experience, but for TA, you gotta go after her wherever she is, but not so much to compromise your offensive game plan.
Yeah, well, she's not going to be on Lux. Let's clear that up. Wygate's going to be having that assignment right now. What they'll do is they'll match up Irving with somebody else. In fact, I've got her out right now. I'm looking at it right there. So what you're going to hope you can do is manage this for a couple of minutes.
2.5, 3 minutes.
I would say 2 minutes, and at 4:25 or so, you'll get her back in. You hope you can be right here, 2, 3, somewhere in there. But where's the offense going to come? That's going to be the big question because they're going against, right into the teeth of this Thornton Academy defense that is ferocious.
Paige Belanger has had a couple buckets down low, and Lux playing with 3 fouls. And they throw it right away. Not what you want if you're Coach Donato coming out of a timeout. TA can take back over, up by 1. And we'll see how the defensive matchups work here.
Yeah, as they come down, let's see who's on Victoria Lux.
On Lux.
You were thinking she's going to get doubled is what's going to happen.
It's a chance for Abby Strickland, who scored many points in the regional final, to get back into it. There's Lux. And a foul going to be called again. Hands are straight up on that one, but Lux went into him, and another foul called.
The Bulldog fans aren't happy with that.
Paige Belanger, her 3rd foul. Lux back to the line. She hasn't been great from
Midland.
The free throw line.
She's been Midland, huh? Wouldn't you say? We got one official running around out there with his head cut off. I'm not sure what he's doing.
I guess he was trying to figure out the number. Yep.
It is Belanger.
It is Belanger, 3rd.
Other than that, I'm not really sure what we're discussing here.
I'm not sure. I think he may have flashed a sign too early, or someone is blocking the, the 4th official.
He's got to send a text message. That's what they got to do over there.
Smoke signals, maybe.
Yeah.
Lux at the line for 2. Thornton Academy leading 37-36. 6:02 to go in the ball game. TA's led most of the way here in the second half. Lux misses another free throw.
Uncharacteristic day for her from the free throw line, Jeff and Rob. She's usually a very sure shooter. Today, like we said, maybe it is something to do with the backgrounds here, as Rob was mentioning earlier at the Augusta Civic Center.
TA shooting into the student sections, too, on this side, whereas the other end they're shooting the concession stand. So Lux makes 1 out of 2, like she did last time. And TA leads again by 2. No full court pressure from TA. And Thornton still with the starting lineup out there. That's going to be down low. And it's going to be no good. Weigang, it's going to stay here. Looked like she took a little too long. She went right up with it.
Yeah. She short-armed it. She had more time than she thought. You may see some offensive for defensive substitutions in here with Irving. So they have an offensive opportunity. Get her in there, run the offense through, and then maybe get her out if you have to.
Bring the ball back out. And you're going to see Irving posting up against Lux. Lux, again, 3-time state champion with McCauley, trying to lead her hometown school to a first state championship. It's going to be inside for Irving, and just an ill-advised pass by Lawrence. Trying to force it in there, Rob, and that's not what you need with just a few minutes to go here in the game.
Oh, there's way, way too much time to be forcing the issue here. Continue to rotate the ball and let Irving move from left to right because she's very good catching the ball on the fly. Now, with a 2-point lead, TA can be very, very deliberate in their offense.
Alex Hart takes the screen from Lux inside. Alex Hart off the glass, no good. Rebound, Lux. And that's going to be taken by Lawrence. Throwing the ball out. It's a foot race. Lawrence will win it, and they will take possession. That's going to be a deep three. No good off the backboard. Off the rim. Great chance there for Lawrence.
That was Lewis again, and that's okay. That's okay for her to take that shot.
They'll take that, yep.
TA had a great shot up on the end as well. Alex Hart, excellent cut to the basket. Couldn't finish. Lux went up. Looked like she may have gotten fouled there, but again, no call. And another unforced turnover for Thornton Academy. Both teams back and forth.
Both teams are really trying to force it to their inside player. We're going to see a timeout here.
I like this timeout.
Yes. Coach Marston looks like he's calling a timeout here. Excellent.
Got to settle the troops down, guys, right? I mean, it's crunch time right here, cliche time. We'll try not to use too many of them here, but for sure, you need to settle down if you're both teams. I'm sure Lawrence is glad that Coach Marston took this time out because I think they're peas in a pod right here. They both need to settle down, work their offense, make sure the premier players get it, make sure you're getting good opportunities, and every single time, the offense has got to go through the bigs. And if you kick it out maybe for a shot, that's fine. But make sure they get an opportunity to do what they do best, which is put the ball in the basket, because that's when I hit the thing and it goes 1-2 more points.
Game reset here, 38-36, Thornton Academy, 4:49 to go. Both teams with 4 fouls for the team, so a couple more fouls to give. Possession arrow is towards the Lawrence Bulldogs, so remember that if there is a jump ball.
Because that reference I made, Jeff, because I'm running the computer and doing the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's right.
People at home are going, what the heck's that old guy talking about?
Lawrence with the basketball. They had a chance, as Lewis had a chance to take the lead with a 3. They have not taken the lead in this second half. And here comes the Bulldogs. Belanger down low, looking for Boudreau. That's a baseline. That's a 2. Up, no good. Just outside, tipped around, and it comes out. It's McCrum. McCrum's one-on-one with Lewis. McCrum driving down the lane, up and no good. Taken down by Boudreau. Here comes Lawrence. So many missed layups on both teams today. And here comes Lewis right down the lane. That's going to be a bump, and that's going to be a 4th foul on Victoria Lux. It's a tough call, Rob. I mean, she had position, but it's such a size difference. It's almost impossible for an official when the defensive player didn't move and the offensive player goes down. You know, that's one of those where I'm glad I'm not an official because it's a tough call.
So both bigs with 4. Increases the drama. If you're writing this, Jeff, if you were scripting this, if you're writing it, this is how you'd write it. Yeah, I forgot about Strickland because she's been out for a long stretch.
I don't know how many minutes she's played, but it hasn't been a whole lot. And
she's been able to get in, but
she only has 2 free throws. Yep. Lewis could tie the game here, 38-37 right now, 4:17 to go in this basketball game. Lots of players with 4 fouls. That could, especially if we go to overtime.
Right.
Back tied is Lawrence. Here we go.
What a game.
You couldn't ask for more being, a high school basketball fan here in the state of Maine. If you're both of these teams here coming down to the wire, this is what you wanted. 2 of the best teams in the state playing for a state championship.
There's Hart driving the lane. She got a lane. It's going to be out to Ashley Howe. Hart, that's going to be a 3 ball. Up, no good. Oh, tipped. Abby Strickland had it in her hands, but just couldn't hold on. And Lawrence with a great chance to take the lead. Irving not in the game right now. She's at the scores table.
Ooh, aggressive.
There's Belanger, shoots it up, and good! And that's Lawrence's first lead in the second half. Paige Belanger with the big bucket for Lawrence.
Well, we said who was going to step up with the bigs in trouble. Paige Belanger. She had an opportunity earlier, and she short-armed one, that time right down Broadway.
And another screen. Here comes Alex Hart in the lane, and good. Alex Hart, they've loved that pick and roll, but when Lux doesn't roll, Hart is fast enough to get to the lane. It's 40-40. Hart now with 11 points for TA. Belanger again down low. The foul. No. Oh, no,
Travel.
Okay.
Yes.
Good call.
That was, yep.
Good call.
I thought I saw the fist up. It was actually the raised hand, a travel call, and TA now will take the ball back. Tie game, 3:15 to go, 40-40.
Yeah, Belanger was trying to make a little extra space for herself underneath there. A little bump and a shuffle. Got caught by the official. Good call.
And again, TA okay with being a little deliberate here. As Irving is back in the game with 4 fouls, she's covering Strickland. And they might run that same play again. This time they crash down on it and unable to find a lane.
They're really focusing in on Lux down there in the paint. You can see they got a zone going on right now, and they're going to be doubling her whenever she tries to get
out
that
to Alex
pass.
Hart again. 2:48 to go. Inside finds Ashley Howe. It's going to be a jump ball. That's going to be Lawrence basketball. We mentioned before. 40-40.
Ooh.
It's getting to be sweaty palms time here, whether no matter if you're a Lawrence fan or a TA fan. Again, you're watching classic coverage, Thornton Academy TV and Central Maine CA TV. Jeff Christianberry with Josh Polster and Rob Munzing. What a great game we got here. And that's going to be Lewis inside, up and in for Lewis, Dominique Lewis. Her first 2-pointer of the game. Lawrence back up 42-40, 2:30 to go.
Lux with her 4 fouls there. She could not be very aggressive there. She just kind of had to stand there in the paint and let Lewis work right around her.
Lewis has not tried to drive the lane at all, and that was a good time for it. It's Hart going back. Up and no good for Hart. Thornton Academy not crashed the boards right there, Rob. I thought they've been doing that all game. Now Lawrence with the ball up by 2 points, 2:10 to go. That's Irving down low on Lux, up and in for Nia Irving, another 2, and a timeout for Thornton Academy. And Lawrence has taken over in this last couple minutes to lead 44-40. And what we saw there, Rob, driving the lane and Lux those 4 fouls, this being her last game, win or lose, she really didn't want to foul out, and they exploited that. First Lewis, and then Nia Irving.
Well, you mentioned Lewis. She'd been outside shooting. This is what she did against Bangor. She came in the stretch, and she made some big plays. She hasn't had her best offensive game of the tournament, but, boy, she's stuck with it. She's hit a couple of threes, Jeff, and as you said, I think she had 6 points going into that. And that time, not even a head-shoulder fake. She just took it right down the lane. And as you said, Lux had to back off, give her the lane, up and in. And then what happened is the next, they'd been going pretty much back and forth, matching points and possessions and keeping the game tied. But that time, a good look, but no board crash, as you said, Jeff. And then they came right back down and got it inside to Irving. And, boy, she was able to cash it in as well. And, now it's a 2 minutes, lots of time. We saw what happened in the B-Boys game last night. A 6-point lead with a minute left wasn't safe. But this is a huge possession right here coming up.
23 points for Nia Irving. And it'll be Thornton Academy basketball. And it looks like a little bit of pressure. They don't want Hart bringing the ball up the floor, but McCrum can come and get it.
Oh.
And that could be big trouble there for Lawrence. No, they will keep it out here. You don't need to rush right now. Still got 2 minutes to go. And again, no shot clock, but here comes Thornton Academy. You got to figure that Lux is going to be involved somehow here. The Harspin, the most sure shooter. She leads Thornton Academy scores with 11. Howe to McCrum. 1:40 to go. 44-40 Lawrence. Hart drives the lane. Up and no good. Foul though, and she'll go to the line for 2.
Well, let's harken back to some of the comments we had early on, Jeff, with the number of missed free throws Thornton Academy early on. You were right on it early on. They missed, I think, the first 4 out of the 6 shots they took,
exactly.
Jeff.
Yep, it's killer.
They all count. Doesn't matter when they happen.
Alex Hart has one here.
Big.
She had a great series of free throws at the end of the last week's game against Macaulay. Highlighted by one where she chased down her own rebound, knocked it off a Macaulay player, retained possession for TA, and they were able to capitalize.
Hart up and no good. Rebound, Lawrence. Belanger with the rebound. And here comes Irving on Lux. No foul called in as he puts it up and in again. Nia Irving is unbelievable in this fourth quarter.
What great body control there, Jeff, huh?
And you look at Lux, you can't do anything other than that. And Nia Irving with the strength, 46-41 Lawrence. Remember also that free throw that Lawrence got for free in that third quarter on the lane violation could play a big role as she goes down and she slips McCrum, and she's going to turn the ball over. And Thornton Academy now down 5 with 1:07 to go. Really getting to be crunch time for the Golden Trojans.
This is certainly bringing back memories from last night's Class B boys state final.
It was a 5-point game with a minute to go.
Cape was down 5, and they ended up winning. So we'll see if that magic presents itself here today to the Thornton Academy girls.
Lux has got to be careful.
Fouls are 5 and 5. That's a 6th foul. I was just going to jump in on that.
They have some fouls to give. Really, Lux and Strickland, the only two that are in foul trouble for TA. Second foul on Howe.
Yeah, you can't afford to let too much go off here because you need to give yourself multiple times here. You've got to get the ball back. They don't want to foul this girl.
No, they don't. 25 for Nia Irving, including a couple of huge buckets in this fourth quarter as Lewis. And that's going to be a foul on Howe again, and it'll send Lewis to the line. Well, when you talk about, the changing point in this fourth quarter, Irving coming back in for good, and Thornton Academy offensively, besides Hart, unable to really get anything going. They had some scores early on, hitting some outside shots. McCrum has 7 points, but none in this fourth quarter. As Lewis in front of the one, up and does not get the roll, but it's rebounded by Belanger.
Big.
And TA's going to have to foul yet again. They're going to foul. Looks like
they're not going to. Are they going to call it?
They're going to throw it up, and that's going to be on McCrum, on Nia Irving.
Looked like TA was trying to foul there, and the refs were just kind of letting it go. TA was not getting the hard enough foul for the refs to blow their whistle.
Well, at that point, it was almost a 5-second call, so maybe you try it, but they get the ball away to Irving.
Yeah, it's a fine line, though, when you're trying to foul, because you don't want to put it in the hands of the officials to call a intentional foul.
That full timeout here coming. So if she makes both these free throws, it'll be a 3-possession game with 37 seconds. Not where TA wants to be, especially considering they have just 2 3 balls in the last 2 games, one by Howe, one by McCrum.
Yeah, well, they get what they needed, Jeff. They fouled. They get the miss by Dominique Lewis, but then the offensive bound went to the Bulldogs, and that allowed them to kill some more time and then draw the foul in the back at the free throw line. That was a huge. I'm not sure who got the offensive board there.
It was Belanger who got the offensive board. Yep.
What a play by Paige Belanger to get that offensive board, get it back out. They played keep away a little bit, and eventually they fouled Irving, who you don't want to foul. She's the one you don't want at the free throw line, because I believe, Jeff, you've got the stats over. She's only missed 1 free throw in this game.
9 out of 10.
And she's 9 out of 10. And
well, Belanger, you look at this, you look at her box score, 9 points. You're like, oh, it's a good game, but she's been immeasurable for Lawrence, especially because Irving has been on the bench for certain significant amounts of times. Lawrence here trying to secure the first state championship for the East since 2007 when Coney beat McCauley. And, of course, their first state championship since Sidney Blodgett roamed the sidelines. That's Irving up and good. That's their 10th free throw.
Jeff, if you're Thornton Academy right now, what do you do on the offensive end? Are you going to go for a quick
You got to go for 3.
Yep.
Well, so she makes this as a 3-possession game. You have to go for a 3 or a very, very quick 2. And Irving hits another free throw. 27 points for the junior. Has been lived up to the hype here. It's 34 seconds to go. 48-41 Lawrence. TA needs a bucket, and very quickly
they
got to do something here.
They are not moving much. This is a little too methodical, I think, for this much time.
And McCrum will just send up a 3. That's going to be off. No good. Rebound Irving. And Lawrence is really on the cusp of this state championship. 19.2 to go. 7-point game. And it looks like Thornton Academy's best season in their history is going to end with a defeat in the state championship, but it certainly has been a great game, Rob, and Lawrence has battled through adversity. They were down 6 at halftime. It looked like without Irving on the floor, they were not looking like they were going to have a chance to win, but it wasn't just Irving. It was also Dominique Lewis with a big 3 that kind of got them back tied, and we talked about getting over that hump, and once they got over that hump, they've run away with this fourth quarter.
Yeah, once they were able to feed the ball inside to Nia Irving. You saw, if you're watching Nia play for the very first time, you see what all the buzz is about here. She's very methodical, very much under control, but boy, she's a gifted athlete for sure, and she just got such a level head on her shoulder. She played very smartly.
Yeah, it's going to be Hart down the lane, an easy 2 for Hart. 14 points for her. But that's going to just about do it. I'm not sure. They're going to try to foul here. 6.1 to go. 7-point game for Lawrence, and that will just about do it. Well, it's going to be a disappointing end for this Thornton Academy team, that's for sure. But what a season they've had. And really, the problem for TA tonight was part of it was Strickland not able to get it going.
Right.
She was the key to that win against McCauley, and even if she didn't score a lot of points, that other factor to keep Irving at bay, and Irving, again, 27 points it looks like she's going to finish with. An incredible day for her as Lewis misses the front end. They're in the double bonus.
And if you're Coach Marston here and you're the Thornton Academy girls basketball team, hopefully, obviously the sting of this defeat, will linger into the offseason. But, hopefully they look back at the positives this season. They look at what they did with the Hoops for Haley fundraiser. And I hope that they, look at this season with a lot of, optimism. And moving forward, they should have a good team.
And that's going to just about do it, as for the first time since 1994, the Lawrence Bulldogs are your Class A girls basketball state champions. Final score from the Augusta Civic Center, Lawrence 50, Thornton Academy 43. Here's some thoughts from Rob Munson.